Right, now we've got another sort of frequency table, a grouped frequency table, where we've got 30 test marks here. If I add them up, I'm just going to check that's 30, all right? We're told that 2 of them were between 1 and 10, 5 of them were between 11 and 20, 9 between 21 and 30, 10 between 31 and 40, and 4 were between 41 and 50. Now, the problem we have here is that we don't actually know what these 2 marks were. We know they were between 1 and 10, but we don't know what exactly they were. So we have to assume they're right in the middle, slap bang in the middle of that group. And these 5 are slap bang in the middle of that group, etc., etc. So in order to find what value is in the middle of there, we just need to add those up, get 11, and then halve it. So we got 5.5, and we multiply that by 2, the frequency there. Do the same thing here, add those up, 31 divided by 2, 15.5 times 5. Same thing, 24, you're spotting a pattern now, I'm sure, times 9 plus 35.5 times, what was that, 10, and 45.5 times 4. Now, we now work these out separately. You'd obviously normally have a calculator. I've got to use, unfortunately, the power of my brain. Okay, so we go 11, we get, what's that, 77.5, 9 lots of 25, 225, so that's plus half of that, 225, 229.5, 10 times that's nice and easy, 355, and with this one we get 45 times 4 is 180, add another 2, so 182, and they add up to 784, and there are 30 bits of data there. We just count them up and we got 30, and we divide those, and using my supreme mental arithmetic skills, I end up with 26.1. All right, now that is an estimate of the mean because we've estimated that each of these are slap bang in the middle of each group. Okay, so it's not the actual mean, it's an estimate of the mean. Now the median class, we know we've got 30, and with the median, we had to put stuff in order and find the middle value. Now, it's not obviously as easy as just having them all listed out, so we're going to have to be a little bit clever here. And what I'm going to do is, if you remember, it wasn't, when we had 20 bits of data on a previous video, the middle one wasn't 10, it was between 10 and 11. So actually what the rule is you add 1 to this value and then halve it. So it's actually between the 15th and 16th values. Now I'm going to do a little thing where I count up how many bits of data I've got. Up to this point, I have 2 bits of data. Up to this point, 2 and 5, I have 7 bits of data. Up to this point, I have 16 bits of data. Right, now we've got as far as we need to get because we want between the 15th and 16th bits of data. So the group that contains the median, or the class that contains the median, is the 21 to 30 class. Now the modal class, or model, some people say, but if you say modal, it's obvious what it is. It's the class that has the most bits of data in it. So the modal class would be this one. It has the highest frequency. So the modal class is 31 to 40. And the range, well, we've got to assume the highest mark you could get was 50. The lowest mark was 1. So 50, take away 1, has got to be 49. Okay, so with the group data, you've got to be a little bit more careful. You've got to be quite clever here and find out the midpoint of each group. Okay, you have to assume each bit's in the midpoint, add them up and divide by how many there are, exactly like you did before. The median class, don't forget to add 1 onto the total. Do a running total if it helps. Okay, and the class that the median is in would be your answer. The modal class, just the class, the group with the highest frequency. The range, biggest one here, take away lowest one here. Okay?
Okay, Mary, so let's have a look at this one. So solve x plus 2x equals 12. So what do you think you do first?
Okay, well, I want x on its own, so I would put x equals 12 minus 2x.
Okay, so a lot of the time we want to get x by itself, but what we want to do first is get all of these x's together. So can you see anything we can do with this? Get all these together in one place.
Oh, okay, it's 3x, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So 3x equals 12. Oh, and so x equals 4.
Brilliant, spot on, well done.